Hey, the following is an excerpt from last Sunday night's stream that and I do every Sunday night on D Live, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 Central. The link's in the description. Captain Healthy, can you hear us?
Yes, you guys sound loud and clear. You hear
Perfect.
me?
Yeah, you're our first caller ever to the stream. What's up, man?
I'm doing good. I've been meaning to get in here, but like Ben said, it is a little late. But I'm off of work tomorrow. But definitely wanted to call in and let you guys know I've been a long time listener. Don't judge me too much if I did come to you guys from Matt, but just been on a truth quest. I'm probably one of your in the minority of the black listeners. But I do feel strongly about everything you guys say, and I want you to know you are making a tremendous impact. I think though, in the black community, there's a lot of men and crabs in the bucket. But my parents, they didn't raise me that way, so I'm more about working on merit and standing on truth and principle. But I'm even shunned in my own community. But I just want you guys to know everything you say resonates with me.
That's awesome, man. I appreciate it.
Right on.
Yeah, I've been on this truth quest probably since 2012 when I really started waking up about, Sandy Hook and all that other stuff. And then voting, I realized that didn't matter. So I just kind of shedding, limiting beliefs and then pushing for the truth. And I kind of look at YouTube and the internet as like a grocery store. Like I try to take things I agree with and resonate. But there was definitely a lot of truth in what Matt was saying in the beginning. But I feel like there's always been gatekeepers. And for you, Drew, I guess EBT, Ben, Krakow, you guys go all the way. Like you don't gatekeep for anybody, and you push it. So I just want you guys to keep pushing to the frontier because we need guys like you guys.
Yeah, that's very cool, bro. Is that
Thank
you?
you. We
Is that
appreciate
you
it.
in the avatar picture, dude?
Yeah, I'm a trainer, so that's another insight I wanted to share with you guys. I know from the lens of you don't want to talk COVID and everything. It hit the personal training community pretty hard, and I am a business owner. But there's a lot of people that weren't down with it. But we also lost a lot of bodybuilders to the. I won't say that, but I definitely know
You mean they
there's people
died?
that's just. Oh yeah, after taking it, we've had more bodybuilding deaths in the past 2 years than ever recorded historically.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess you could also say too. Looking at the lens of fitness, I get to see people from all walks of life. Like you talk about the body types, the trannies, MTF, FTM. Like I see all that in the industry, and then I try to put it through this lens of I feel like I'm a day walker, like, and the day I walk amongst freaks, then I come here to kind of get the truth.
Yeah.
It is. I do agree with everything I'll say. Like you could be almost borderline schizophrenic, but I think the biggest thing for me has been spiritual grounding. Like I feel like it is warfare. We're in a physical, mental, and spiritual battle. But the way my parents raised me, it was more, I guess you could say, Christian-based beliefs. But once I started understanding about the 501c3 churches and all the nonprofit stuff, I kind of came out of that. And I feel like, as humans, we do have a lot more power than they give us credit for. And, we can continue to just build ourselves up physically, mentally, and spiritually. It will be powerful to stand when we need to stand. I feel like that's what you guys are doing with this community.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Dude.
I'm all for all of it. I'm just trying not to get drunk every day like I was recently, and maybe put out a podcast this year, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Oh, just one. Just one. But that makes
Yeah.
sense about the bodybuilders because, I mean, how many athletes have we heard of that have, collapsed, died? So that makes a lot of sense. Now, with your business, did you go through hardships with that with the lockdowns? Did they fuck with you
Yeah,
a lot? Yeah.
yeah, it was terrible. Like that first couple weeks, I knew from the jump. Like I'll tell you this quick story. I was more motivated by fear in the beginning, but way back in 2014 when the Ebola scare was coming out, like I had me and my wife masked up traveling through the airports, and we were looking at as the freaks. But when this came out in 2020, like I saw through it, and I was renting the space. So the space I was renting from, I got into it with my contractor, and I ended up having to just leave and create my own location. So I opened up my own location, and I don't judge my clients, but I don't require them to wear a mask. But they were asking us to do like temperature checks at the door. But the gym to me was like the last bastion of normalcy, because I feel like that community, if you want to say the communities, like you got the fitness community, the truth community, they're the strongest in regards to, going against the grain and not living in fear, because we don't wear masks when we work out. Majority of us won't anyway. But for me personally, in my business, I did lose a lot of clients. I gained a lot of clients. My business was 20% online, 80% in person. But then when COVID happened, it flipped. But now I'm seeing a change where people are ready to come back into the gym, into the studio. So I'm in this weird spot where I'm probably going to wind down my virtual training and then focus more on in person. And a lot of fitness companies like the Peloton, the Mirror, all those other companies that were thriving on the pandemic fear, those companies have actually started to tank now too. So these are just lenses and filters that I've tried to cross-section over the truth community, but then I have an opportunity to call in and wrap it with you guys. It's just been an honor and a blessing.
Yeah, come back anytime, brother.
Yeah, let me ask you this real quick. Let me ask you a question real quick. Like we were talking earlier, like I heard Days of Noah, if I understood it right, I think what he was saying is like, he was saying like the elites would be like chasing the dragon, trying to get that level of compliance again. Now, you said you saw through this pandemic from the beginning because you fell for the Ebola scare in 2014. So do you think, where like Benton's playing this soundbite of Bill Gates saying there will be another one, do you think the compliance will be as across the board as it was at the beginning of 2020? Or do you think more people will see through it?
I feel like it's going to be a combination of both. Like if you had to put I'm not trying to draw timelines, but if you had to look at it as a game, if this is the game, I feel like this is halftime where they're taking a break and they're kind of regrouping, and then it's like whoever's about it, meaning they're going to be all in, or whoever's against it, they're really starting to draw up, and then like you mentioned, the controlled opposition that could raise into something else. But I feel like there is always going to be a path out. I don't know what that path is, but I have, like I said, the Christian beliefs. We're in the world, we're not of the world. So I know I have to be here. I have to live and exist. But I look at it, like you said, again, it's halftime. So there are going to be people on either sides, but there definitely will be false flags. And what I've noticed too, anytime the military starts doing drills, those false flags, some of them will go live. So I feel like the cyber attack is definitely going to be on the horizon. Money could be tanked. Everything you guys say is just a matter of how do you prepare. Like, just try not to have all your eggs in one basket.
Facts. Yeah. Do you listen to Days of Noah?
I have listened to him a couple times, but I like your content, and I want to get back into Crocco's content too, but it's just shorter. Like anything over 2 to 3 hours. As a trainer, I try to do it in bite-sized chunks, and I can get through most of the content. But when they start going over 3, I kind of get lost in the sauce. I feel like I get the gist of it. But like I said, Matt was helpful in that time. But the motivation, like there's even a movie, like if you're going to say, okay, you're quoting Matt, like in that movie Dune, they say fear is the mind killer. So like there is definitely fear that's killing the minds of people. And if they do see people standing up in truth and moving forward, I feel like you can awaken it. But at the end of the day, I feel like we're our lions walking amongst sheep. And I'm just trying to set a good example for my clients in fitness and showing them, look, we don't care what the government's going to do. We're going to be responsible for ourselves, and we're going to get healthy and eliminate a lot of this stuff, because you can build up a strong immune system and overcome anything.
Any like aspirations of doing content?
I've thought about it. Like I always felt like I would be judged or discredited because I have an ex-military background, but now I see the time for, there's really no time. Like I feel like the days are shortening. Like you said, that does sound biblical to me as well. I probably have to launch or latch on to someone else and then kind of build up a following. But I guess you could say my voice of reason and leadership has always been to help people. And maybe this may be the new avenue, but I know physical fitness was always my bastion for building up you say your body's a temple. So like you got to treat it with respect. And that's why I definitely wasn't down with the vaccine and the way they were scaring people to do it, So I feel good about that thought process. But to say what I would like to make content in the future, I'd like to probably start with you guys first.
Hey, you're welcome anytime, man. I've liked what you've had to say. We need a token here. Don't take it the wrong way. It's a joke. It's a joke, bro.
That's all good.
You look like you could kill me.
It's all good. Like I said, man, even back in the day, like with Obama and stuff, I feel like my people were so brainwashed just because he was black. But I'm like, look at his principles. He doesn't stand for anything. And then by 2012, I was like, yeah, I'm done with all this voting stuff. And, started learning about controlled opposition and people who pretend to go against the system. But like all that helped me get to here. So it's been like a path and a journey. And then even Ben, I can relate to you with your, with the Watchtower stuff, because I was heavily involved in MLMs and the mind control and that thought process and breaking free. That's probably why I'm here today. So I have to give thanks for that. I'm not happy with that situation, but I was able to learn from it. But the MLM systems are very similar to what they do to the mass majority of people through the media, through the propaganda.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good topic. The multi-level marketing. Not something I know a lot about, but it's definitely interesting.
Oh yeah, it was it was devastating to my family because they preyed on your entrepreneurial success, but you were in a vehicle that was destined for failure. But the way they closed you off is they would say, we won't fail you, you'll fail yourself. And then you feel bad and you quit. So then you just kind of close off, and then they just keep drawing in new blood, I guess you could say. But it's just, if you're a glutton for punishment, you'll stick with it because you believe in your dream. Like I believe in myself, I believe in my dream. But if this vehicle is destined to fail, like I'm on a sinking ship.
Yeah, it's a good way to look at it, I think.
Let me ask you, what do you think about Benton's famous quote that he needs to put in the soundboard? The blacks love the mask.
Oh man, I agree 100%. But I would say not all blacks. Like,
yeah, not all.
I detested it. I listened to Infinite Plain Society, and he actually gave me a really good idea. I think honestly it helped me survive what I say survive. Like initially in the first half of this, it was pretty severe. Like you had to wear a mask and everything. But I was mentally prepared to cut myself off from society. I was like, okay, this is my last time going to the movie theater because I know eventually I'm not going to be in society. This is my last time going to the grocery store. But what I did mentally to stay strong was I chose to wear a face shield. So the face shield was like a FU to the law. And then it would also show the people like, look, I'm in here. I'm not scared. I may look stupid, but I'm not going to put this mask on and cover my face.
I get the one with the backpack and the air
filter.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I feel sorry, man, for my community. Like I said, fear is the mind killer. And whatever that association is with the mask, like I see it even in some of my clients that I train. I never ask people to wear it, but I'm a businessman. I'm trying to make money, so I just meet people at their comfort level. But it's definitely is a cultural trend, and I feel like they targeted us. When I say us, I feel like they targeted our race specifically, but we've already been trampled upon so much. But I also think, I try to connect the dots and listen to other truthers. I feel like there are some pockets of the black community that maybe, I don't know if you heard about like the Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
Like you got the fake Jews and the other Jews. I feel like some of that is targeted towards us intentionally, but some of us walk in more power. And we may also be being dumbed down at the churches, like at the 501c3 churches, because they're bought and paid for by the government. And once I realized that, I was like, there's nothing in here that you can learn from me. So I'm on a whole nother spiritual path, because if you're on the school bus, you don't know who the driver. Once you find out who the driver is, like, yeah, get me off of this.
I feel like a lot of black people that looked into just the historical side of many times they've been experimented on. If you want to go Tuskegee, prison experiments, all types of different things, they had a very good outlook on what was going to happen with the pandemic. So it's all about kind of knowing your past to see what's going on in the present.
Oh, exactly, exactly. Now, like you said, from a biblical sense, days of Noah, I would say, like, some of the stuff my parents taught me too, but it's sad too, because even my parents, I'm like, look, this is what you all taught. This is what you taught me when I was a kid growing up, and I'm learning the lessons you taught me, but you're scared now, and I have to kind of like shake them and remind them. But then too, I feel like they're half asleep, but they listen to me, But I would say, um, you're in the world, but you're not of the world. And in this, I guess you could say, in this time frame, you look at history, and you look at how it tends to repeat itself, and you don't want to be a part of that next experiment.
Agreed.
Yeah, I find it odd that they do go along with the mask so much, because it's so much like they're so like anti-media and anti the man telling them what to do, and then at least from what I've seen, I see a
Yeah.
bigger percentage of like not just blacks, but I would say what I've seen is minorities wearing it more than whites.
Yeah, I agree. And I think it's, like I said, it is kind of a catch-22. The only other, again, I'm talking to you guys through the lens of fitness. The only other observation I could say is, um, I've seen so many people, I've trained people who got injuries, and I've seen flare-ups, and I can tell you, like, more people got who took them than didn't. Like, you could say I'm a hands-on case study, because I work with people on a day-to-day basis. But I think it was the belief. Like I said, it was just the fear, the belief. But then you try to talk to them or reason with them, and it's like you just can't connect. So it's like you got to love them for where they are, give them permission to grow, but you can't let that stop your path, your journey.
Facts, dude. Yeah, you came in and you've had a lot of great things to say, man. You're welcome to call back whenever. Or
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Like I said, this is my off day, so I wanted to come in and chop it up with you guys. But yeah, I'd definitely like to come back in if I get the opportunity.
Yeah, it was real nice meeting you, brother. A lot of good points.
No doubt,
just
no doubt.
holler
Thank
at
you
us
guys.
on that. Hey, holler at us on that Discord ahead of time if you know you're going to be available, if you don't mind.
Okay, sure thing.
Right on, man. Have a good night.
All right,
Thank
brother.
you guys. We'll see you.
Well, that was cool.
Yeah, we finally got a
EBT
caller.
had me rolling.
Yeah, as soon as I lost my faith that we would never get a caller, we got one. And I know Bong Ripper called in, but we already knew Bong Ripper, so
Yeah, I agree. I
grandfathered
don't
in.
count Bong Ripper just because we know
No,
him.
we know him.
But to have a new
He's part of
voice,
the crew.
that was good.
So EBT dropping the comment that he got away from Quantum of Conscious white supremacy channel was fucking hilarious.
Hey, the chat is lit, man. I can't even read it. It distracts me too much. The chat is fucking hilarious.
It's funny.
And not just EBT, by the way.
If you want to be a caller, join the Discord. That link's also in the description. You can share links and articles and stuff and chat with other people in there, and maybe even call into the show. So don't forget to follow Benton and I every Sunday night on DLive, and follow Benton at nightmaredystopia.com.